Okay, guys, pretty much finished up the first 007 head. And if you were paying any attention to the wet flow that we were working on, remember I said I was trying to get the flow to move over a little bit? Well, overall, I think I did a pretty good job. Yes, it's rusty. Why is it rusty? Well, because I just poured both of these ports here after I flowed them. And by the time I equalized the bowls, the ports were a little bit bigger. We are at 183 cc intake, up from about 165 stock. I think they actually come through about 170. I should have cc'd it when I got it, but I can't stand cc'ing stuff, so I don't if I don't have to. And a 70.5 cc exhaust. Let's take a look at how we did. Okay, I think our best we did at 0.15 was 116 and change. So that came down a touch. Our actual very low lift flow came up a bit, which I really don't want. 200 is pretty good. 300 is 210. I think the best we did was 211, so I'm very happy with that. At 400, we're 257, which is a strong number. 50 is 276.3. What did I say I could get these up to? Not sure. 275, I think I said. And I also measured it at 0.533 because the old work truck's got a 0.533 lift cam. It loses a touch. It's the speed across the short side radius at that point is starting to lose it. So that's why we start to go down. We start to get separation and we start losing flow. But guess what? We're really strong in here. I mean, for that size port, those are practically super stock numbers, guys. I mean, let me know if I'm wrong, because I think they're pretty damn good. I mean, heck, that's almost 280 cc's. Remember, I don't have any filler or any nonsense in these ports. They're carved out of what I got, and the pinch is super tiny still. I bet if I measure that pinch, it's going to tell me I can get 276.3 through it. All right, let's see how we did on the exhaust. I should have taken some other numbers first. Not sure how old is that. That's December 19th. All right. Sorry. I did have some turbulence at 200, but I had turbulence at 200 before. So that did not go away. I worked on it a little bit, but it's just one of those things. I mean, if you take a look at this, all right, what's happening is the flow is coming off of this and it's going right across to the roof. Kind of like, let's grab a screwdriver here. Okay, it's actually probably happening this way more than anything else. It's coming off the short side radius, right? And it's heading towards the roof, okay? And that's causing serious turbulence issues. Okay, but it does recover. It only had one lift height that was really, you could hear turbulent. You could hear it. It didn't sound good. It was not happy. And the manometer was doing a little bounce action. So that's never good. But as long as the rest of them are nice and smooth, and you can tell by the flows, I mean, at 500, you got 212 and change. For a 70.5 cc exhaust port, that's pretty damn good. And take a look at what we got with the small pipe, 9 inch and 5/8. We got 215 at 500 and 240.9 with an inch and 7/8 pipe. That is a really good flow number at 500 thousandths lift. So if I wanted to put these on something a little bigger, like a 383, or even drill some holes and put it on a 406. As long as I'm not going to spin it too hard, these things will make some serious power. I mean, heck, 276 CFM. Calculate that out for me, guys. With a 183cc port, you can make some serious power with these. We got the wet flow going really well. Let's take a look at what we got on the bench. I do have two of them there. Okay. Let's see if I can point to this. That's an old stain. This is a new stain. It has a very high angle on it. Okay. What is that high angle going to tell me? It's going to have tons of swirl. Is that necessarily bad? Well, I'm using it in a 5,800-pound truck. Actually, well, I don't know. I may be selling these. It depends. I just got a couple things coming up, and I may not be able to use them. But in any case, if I got to sell them, I got to sell them. Take a look at our airflows, our air speeds. Okay, pinch 335, 375 in the center, which is fast. 314 on the bottom. Still really not bad on the bottom. If you're over 300, you got a decent amount of moving. These are all at 500 lift, these numbers. Okay. The roof, center of cylinder, is not as even as it was. Okay. Because I got the short side radius working a little bit better by bringing it over to the center of the cylinder. It took some of the flow off the roof. But it worked as far as we got more flow out of it before we started getting separation across the short side radius. So I'll take it as a win. Okay. Our cylinder wall roof, 227. Not a bad roof number. Short side radius. Okay. Remember, this was 446. So I gave it a little more area and slowed it down a bit, which it obviously liked. I'd like to add that these heads are nowhere on this casting except the pinch thin. I have one bowl that had a little bit more core shift than the others, and I went down to like 130 thousandths. They are not hogged out by any means. Okay, center of the short side radius is rocking fast, but that's just before she separates. Really kind of got to expect it. And we're relatively even. 389, 416. That's not a bad spread across the short side radius. Now, take a look at the exhaust. Okay, this is the left side of the exhaust port, center of the exhaust port, right side of the exhaust port. Take a look at how even these are. 316, 315. Okay, the bottom of the port's always going to be slower. Not bad. 321, 320.5, 106 and change. 326, 314, 254, I think that is. That may be a 9. Whatever. The top of that port is absolutely working great. Look at how even it is from the right side to the left side. Okay, that port is working really efficiently. For as big as it is, 70 cc's, it's doing a really good job. I'm actually quite proud of these. These turned out really well. And I also want to do a quick video on measuring the exhausts. You know what's funny? I don't know if a lot of people realize it, but a head like this actually has 3 different exhaust ports, right? You've got the outsides that are smaller, and the insides aren't even the exact same, right? First of all, they're reversed, okay? And one of them has got the exhaust heat crossover in it. And it's actually, this one was actually cast larger in the throat than this one, because when I do my radius and so forth, I don't touch the throats until I'm basically almost done. Okay. All right. This one's already 10 minutes and change. I think I'll do the measuring. Oh heck, let's do it right now. What the hell?